Oh, hello, and welcome back to the Parlay Closet podcast. We have fought off for weeks of shit card after poopy card after poopy card, and your boys are back now with a pay per view and a damn good one. And we'll be hopping into it after the intro. Hey, O'Malley's knocking out Aljo in the intro. That's very apt for this card. Okay. Do you guys want to talk about the amazing card last week?
No.
All I'll say is, Gaziev,
Yep.
you can't have a guy in the main event 1-0 UFC quit on the stool.
Right? What was it? Just after round 4?
Or he just didn't want to fight anymore. I know he said he couldn't see, but
Yeah, horrible.
I hate it. Let's not talk about it. I lost a lot of money.
Then 3 decisions. Yeah. Before that, yeah.
bad card.
Definitely.
I think this card will be a fire one. Why don't we hop into it, boys? I'm excited for this card, but unfortunately, even though I think most fights on this card are really good, we have to start with some poopy. And we're going to be starting with Joanne Wood taking on Marina Moroz. Waz, what do you think about this fight?
Shit. Joanna Wood. I think these two first met back in 2015, roughly when we graduated high school, sadly.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ. A decade in the rematching. Why?
Yeah, when I think they were both undefeated as pros at that time, but Wood did lose to Namajunas.
Namajunas?
I
Fugros?
can't even fucking say her last name anymore. I haven't heard of her in this long. I think on that fight, the fight was in Wood's backyard, and I don't know, plus 500 underdog. Craziness. What do you think, Noah?
I'm not picking the underdog in this, mainly because Joanne Wood, she straight up said this is a retirement fight. That instantly tells me she doesn't give a shit. And I don't know if you've seen, but there's a trend with MMA retirement fights. The person retiring generally loses. But Moroz also doesn't seem like she cares as much either anymore, to be honest with you. She has an OnlyFans going, and that's, I guess, her big thing. And just, I don't know. I don't feel like either fighter has improved very much since the last time they fought. Only thing is, I feel their finishing ability has subsided quite a bit. So definitely going long. Over 2.5 is almost a lock, but it's probably juiced to all hell.
Yeah.
Gibby, give us the final pick.
Yeah, you guys already said it. Wood's weakness is pretty
Say
much
more.
Yeah. This is the submission, which Marina's got a few finishes by submission. So I'm going with her by decision.
I will also be taking Moroz by decision, but I do think there is a likelihood of her getting that submission again, but I'm not going to chance it. Not going to bet it. I'm not going to take it for the game.
Yeah, I'm also going decision.
Hey, we have a lock.
We
what
do.
a good thing. Aren't we pretty bad with our locks, actually?
We were at the beginning, not anymore.
Okay. Yeah, we were half and half.
We've picked up.
We picked up. Yeah, because you keep picking decisions.
Hey, man, it works.
All right, let's go to the next fight. CJ Vergara versus I've tried so many times. I've listened to it so many times. Asu Almabaev. That's the closest I've been able to get it in my taping of him and practicing his name. But while I can't say much about his name, I could say this should be a fun fight, and this should be a pretty solid fight. I'm only worried of Asu struggling with CJ Vergara's guard and sitting in top position, but otherwise, he has really slick submission ability, really heavily improved striking. Them Kazakhstan boys, they were really improving their striking overall. And CJ Vergara is tough. He's a really tough opponent as well too. So I think this will be a fun, scrappy fight. Some nice scrambles. Waz is dead. I just watched Waz die. So we'll have you talk about it for a little bit, Gibby, while Waz is coming back from the life.
Yeah, CJ Vergara's fight IQ. He likes to have his opponents tired down and run around the cage to hope that against Daniel Lacerda.
Yeah, I'm to save you.
Now you're here. But yeah, he realized on his opponent slowing down, and he CJ Vergara's
Only
got
one,
it, but
only be one of us.
Oh, dude, I came back right in time to save Gibby. So, yeah.
nah, he wasn't trying to save me. I was making a good point, but
He
whatever.
was mentioning how CJ Vergara ran a lap against Daniel Lacerda.
Yeah.
No, I wish they matched up Asu against someone ranked, or at least a little further up the ladder. This kid is a real. I think I think he's gonna be the real thing here. CJ may have a cleaner striking game, but I definitely don't see that stopping the takedowns or eventually smashing that will come on from the top position. So I think it'll eventually be a finish here.
I didn't hear your point, Gibby. So what we picking, Gibby?
Yeah, I'm going with Asu getting the finish too, but I'm going sub round 3.
Oh, sub round 3.
I got sub round 2.
I'm taking decision for Asu. I thought long and hard about it, and I'm just gonna bank on Vergara's toughness. So they my pick.
All right.
Next one. I mentioned this very briefly was before we started. I had a massive potential fraud alert. Here it is.
All right.
Robelis de Spain versus Josh Parisian. This fight is the biggest stay away fight you could ever possibly have. Stay away from this fight. Robelis de Spain. He is the longest reach in UFC now, 87 inches. He is 6'7" height. He is a freak of nature. Josh Parisian is garbage. I watched this man get cup strike. Yes, Dontel Mays basically dry humped him with his cup in the north-south position. Knocked him out. This guy's been knocked out by Parker Porter. He sucks. He's not good. I'm sorry. But Robelis, do you know the combined record of Robelis' opponents? How many wins they have? His 4 opponents? Take a guess.
No.
Nope.
Combined? They only have 1 win?
His 4 opponents have a combined 1 win. Go back and watch those fights. Do you know how long his last 3 fights were all total? 19 seconds.
Oh, yeah, 19 seconds.
Don't get me wrong, they were flashy knockouts. But he's a walking fraud alert. Do I think Josh Parisian's going to be the guy to do it? Probably not. But am I going to trust Robelis with my hard-earned money at minus 350? Probably not. What you think, was?
Yeah, I think for me, it's tough to convince me to lay heavy chalk on a fighter that's only 4-0 and having defeated opponents who only combined for 1 win, like Noah said. Parisian absolutely has the grinding ability to hold. And I definitely think he's going to be able to hold him against the cage and wear on him. Obviously, it'll be sweat early, and I think Parisian will be at a pretty big speed disadvantage, if I do have to say so. But
big boy slow.
But I think if he can't turn his lights off immediately, this could definitely start swinging into the other side. So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take Parisian via decision here before Gibby goes. That's where I'm going.
I hate this fight so much.
What do you got, Gibby?
Yeah, I don't want to add much to this fight, so I was just gonna go in with the hype. So I was gonna go with the big boy KO round 1.
I'm gonna have to lean with Gibby. I'm gonna have to trust in how the world should work, but make no mistake, the world might work like how Waz stated. There's no in between. I think. So, Robelis round 1 KO.
We'll see.
I don't wanna. Oh, it's okay. The freak show fights are now done. No, there's one more, but at least it'll be a fun fight. But here's a good one. This is actually a really good fight. Michel Pereira versus Michal Oleksiejczuk. Oleksiejczuk. There we go. This is a fun fight. Michel Pereira at middleweight so far has proven to be a force. I didn't think he'd take out Petrosky like that, but he did. But Oleksiejczuk, he is a really good striker. I love his body work. And he is durable and tough and tanky. Only way you're finishing him is by knocking him out. Or is by submitting him, sorry. And Michel Pereira, not a submission guy ever since getting into UFC, with only 1 submission since he's gotten into the UFC. Before UFC, a lot of submissions, but this is going to be a tough fight, especially it's going to go long. Michel Pereira fights are the last one. Usually go really long, so let's see how the body work from Michal opens up Michel Pereira in the later rounds. Waz, what do you have to say?
Yeah, I do like this fight. I like Michael as a dog here, especially with this fight favored to go over 1.5. I feel his consistent forward pressure and pace will break. Um, Damn, they're both Michael, or
Yeah,
is it Michelle?
Michelle
Yeah.
and Michael.
Michelle and Michal.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
Your
Michelle,
name.
around
It's
the
your
point.
name.
I definitely think he'll be able to find a third round, but it'll be trouble going in early, so that's without a fact. But if this leaks into the second round, I definitely think Michael has a very big chance of winning this one here. So, early prediction: I have the my underdog of the night is in this fight, which is Michael. I'm taking Michael by KO. So,
Which round?
Well, Gibby, you have to go first.
yeah.
Oh, you have to. Okay. Well, I was just going with. I mean, I don't like this fight. I could see. I could see this fight either going like Michal get the KO or just Michelle win out by decision. So I could just see either going either way. And I don't trust Michal's cardio. I think his cardio is kind of questionable.
I don't track Michelle's cardio either.
Oh, you don't?
No, the homie. Have you not seen the homie doing bat?
Oh, there go both of them. Well, yeah, we'll see. Oh, there it goes.
There goes. Every time I go, Noah knows he's coming next.
Yeah.
It's the virtual backgrounds. I think that's what it is, man.
You think so?
Because Gibby's not having that problem. We are, so. Oh well.
I guess.
So
Well,
yeah,
did we give our take on that one?
Michelle Pineda, he has awful cardio because he just does stupid stuff in the ring. He hasn't been doing as much though, so that's my point. I was gonna say.
There you go.
Gibby, who are you picking?
I'll go per by decision.
I thought he was gonna go for the Polski. I really thought he was. I'm gonna go lean with Waz here and take the KO for Michal, but I'm gonna take it round 3.
I'm taking KO round 3 as well.
Ooh, all right.
I didn't give
We're
a
on the same
round,
boat.
but I did give KO. So
Okay.
Okie dokie.
Now then, last freak show fight. Ian Cutelaba versus Felipe Lins. I told
think?
myself I'm never betting on Ian Cutelaba ever again. Is he a bad fighter? No, but he's one of those guys who have negative fight IQ. He rushes in there like a bull. He doesn't care if he gets knocked out. He just rushes in there, starts swinging, and
As
it
you
leads
should.
him to getting knocked out. Magomed Ankalaev is not the guy to be doing that against. Johnny Walker is not the guy to be doing that against. But Felipe Lenz is a very low volume kind of guy. He really hangs back too much, and I don't think he has like much power, to be honest with you. While Ian Cutelaba, he is really strong. Just gotta be worried about like walking into like say like a guillotine or a bulldog or something like that. I don't see Lenz catching him. He can, but I don't see it. So, who's?
yeah, this one, I'm a tad surprised at the love Cutelaba is getting here. So much of it that Lin is a plus 130 dog. I don't know. Is it that people are hesitant that Cutelaba can catch Lin? I don't know what it is, but I don't think he can out wrestle Lin at this point for over 15 minutes. And Lin's also has the underrated speed early in fights with his own striking, so maybe he catches him.
Gotcha. Yeah, he's a decent boxer with solid power with Linz, but Linz doesn't really impress me. But Cutelaba with that low fight IQ, I don't want to bet on him either.
It's not low, homie. It's negative. It's not
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, so I'll go with Linz by decision. I don't think Linz will get the finish anyway, so going with decision.
There you go.
I'm gonna be taking Cutelaba to just overwhelm him with just dumb man energy. And I think he's gonna knock him out round 2. It's up to
All
you,
right,
Waz.
Waz.
Yeah, this one, I think I'm just gonna go with Philip via decision.
Fair enough. I'm on an island all by myself.
I'm on an island all by myself.
Okie dokies. We're gonna now go to the prelims. I saw the early prelims. This is a good card.
Now, the whole thing's gonna be good, so you should probably catch it if you can.
What do you mean?
Like I'm saying, for people who don't usually watch
I was about to
prelims.
say, I thought you were
Yeah.
talking to me. I was just saying,
No, we're
homie.
on a podcast, bud.
I
There are
live at
people
your
hopefully
home.
listening. I know you do.
I'm
On
inside your
Saturdays-
walls.
Oh, you fuckers. When are we gonna come to your house?
If you wanna,
No,
you really wanna.
not really.
My apartment's nice. It's just around. It's not.
Oh, I just don't.
Regardless.
The construction around your house is tragic.
Oh my god, I have to park. I'm literally parked the block away from my house right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I hate it. I hate it.
That's
It's
why I don't
okay.
wanna
I'm
come
leaving
over.
anyways, but still. Oh, next fight, boys. Pedro Munoz versus Kyler Phillips. I'm just gonna start this with saying is what the fuck is that line, man? What the fuck is that line? Pedro Munoz, his last loss was to the guy fighting for the title. He's now facing unranked Kyler Phillips, and he's Kyler Phillips unranked, right? Yeah, unranked Kyler Phillips, and he is that much of a dog. It's gonna be a hard fight to say. Pedro Munoz, he is a tank. He has never been finished in the UFC. I don't really see Kyler Phillips being the one to do it because Kyler Phillips is not an elite level power puncher and he's not an elite level grappler to be able to finish Pedro Munoz. And Munoz's leg kicks are deadly and vicious, and he just keeps spamming them. But he's very susceptible and very hittable to straight shots down the pipe, which makes this a hard fight to call. But I think I have a pick. Waz, what do you have to say about it?
Yeah, it's always tough to trust. It's always tough to trust Phillips as a chalky favorite due to the questionable gas tank for me. He expands a ton of energy early, and I don't think he's very efficient with the style that he has, and he succeeds at that sometimes, but he will eventually fight the opponents that will swing the pendulum in the factor soon and either finish Phillips or win the second and third round to get that decision. I don't think Munoz is the guy, though I suspect Phillips will be too fast and slick for him in the early going here. So, what you got, Gibby?
Yeah, Phillips has the 7-inch reach advantage, and he's 9 years younger. But didn't Phillips get suspended for taking steroids or something like that?
See, I looked into that and I got he was suspended, and I didn't get anything more beyond that what it actually was. A lot of people said it was roid usage, but I can't confirm or deny.
Gotcha.
But I know Waz is dead. Ah, look at that. I'm telling you right now, if I survive, it's a virtual background.
Okay, then that's it. Yeah.
If
But
I live,
If it's steroids and USADA's out, then maybe go for Phillips. But for me, I was gonna go with Munoz by decision.
Drive?
I lived. It's the virtual
I'm
background.
I'm no more virtual backgrounds then, I guess. Okay, we learned our way.
It worked for a year, but then it just gave out. But yes, you. I'm sorry, Gibby. Who were you going with again?
Pedro, by decision.
Ooh, you're going with the dog. Waz, how about you?
Yeah, I'm going Phillips via decision.
I'm also going Phillips with decision. I don't like the chalk, but I think Munoz is just Phillips is a bad matchup for Munoz. So, Gibby's on an island all by himself.
Yay.
Yeah. Oh boy. This one, the fact that this is on the prelims is insane to me. Mateusz Gamrot taking on RDA. RDA is such a BMF. I looked it up. Did you know this is the first time RDA has been on the prelims since 2014?
No, I did not.
Did you know this is the first time RDA has not been in the co-main or main event of the event since 2014? And you know who that fight was that he was on the prelims against?
What?
Habib Nurmagomedov.
Oh.
But yeah, that's just insanity to me. RDA is just a staple of the UFC lightweight and welterweight division, facing guys like Usman, Covington, Leon Edwards, Darren Till, Habib. He's Tony Ferguson. He's fought everyone, but he's old. He's lost to a lot of those guys, and he is going back down to lightweight. I don't like him bouncing back and forth. I know he's been doing it for years, but eventually at 40 years old, that weight cut going all the way down is probably going to catch up with you. And Mateusz Gamrot is hot right now. He is surging. I know he had the loss to Beneil Dariush, but other than that, win against Jalen Turner. And yes, Fiziev broke his leg in the fight, but Gamrot's striking was looking good. I think he could put a wrestling clinic on RDA. We saw RDA get wrestle fucked by Vicente Luque. What makes you think Mateusz can't do it? So
Yeah.
Wolves.
Oh, another great fight. I think it'll be a good one. I could definitely see this being a fight of the night contender. And I think Gamrot being a massive favorite here does not surprise me one bit. You know, we all know Dos Anjos struggles against strong grapplers, and I think that's what we have
Just
here with
so
Gamrot.
weird for being a black belt.
Yeah, you know, Dos Anjos is likely the better striker, but Anjos doesn't have enough presence to threaten with his striking to keep Gamrot off of him. And I definitely feel to see Gamrot wear on Dos Anjos to win the fight. On the scorecards, if he can get a decent number of decision props on Gamrot, that's probably the way I would attack this way. So give me Gamrot by decision.
Oh, you already know that line's going to be open at minus 220. You know it right now. Gibby.
Yeah, I think RDA. He's very well rounded. He's got the power. He's good grappler, but his durability is not the same. So I think Mateusz will get the finish.
Ooh, you're taking him on the finish.
Yeah.
I don't know. The only times RDA has been finished, other than the Fiziev fight, was against Eddie Alvarez in 2016.
I think
Kamaru Usman, Covington, and Edwards couldn't finish him.
Ooh. Yeah, you're
Too late. Can't change it.
Yeah,
Too late.
I'll take it. I'll still take it. I'll say round 3 knockout.
Fiziev took him out. That's impressive. Fiziev should have did way more after that. I'm going Mateusz by decision. I think he's going to take on the scorecards. I think he's going to beat up RDA, and I think we're going to get some very nice scrambles. I think it's going to be a good grappling match. Was?
He said decision.
I have decision, Gamrot.
Oh, you punk.
I already told you this. I started this.
Okay, well, next one. Since Gibby's on Amba himself, but we're all on the Mateusz hype train, means he's going to lose.
I've been against you in like the last 3 picks. Dang, I'm definitely on an island. Well, except for
Oh, and he's going to win it all.
Except for
he's
Lynn,
going to win
yeah.
it all. Gibby, what goes through your mind?
I'm a noob. I just go for what I like, really.
Fair enough. Well, apparently that's the winning strategy, and sometimes.
Sometimes.
All right, Caitlin Sermonara. I don't know. I'd prefer to just call her by her old last name that I've been saying for years. Chukagan versus Macy Barber. I hate this fight. Not like it's a bad fight, but Macy Barber is a heavy favorite. And she's surging. She's on a win streak. She looked really good her last fight. But the thing I can't get over is the size. Caitlin Chukagan loves fighting on the distance. She loves peppering people. And she's got a 3-inch reach advantage. And she's got 4-inch height advantage. And leg reaches more. Those things scare me. But also Chukagan, she's old. She's old. And I don't think she's been really caring as much as in her last fights. So it makes it really hard for me to pick someone on this one. So Was, speak some sense into this. Make it make sense.
Which, I don't know. I always get a little excited when we have, what is it? Caitlin? Yeah, Caitlin. I definitely get excited when we see Caitlin as an underdog odds in favorable fights. This seems like a fight that she can get away with her output heavy style. So she'll be in the danger though, the fight due to Barber's power. But I feel, you know, Caitlin can do a good job with her footwork, and I think the movement to cause Barber to miss the major of the power shots. I think she'll be good coming in and out. A few will slip through. Obviously, she'll probably take some damage, so depending on what the judges think. But I'm definitely happy to take a shot here around that plus 170 I saw on the volume of Caitlin and make her a live for a dub here. So I'm gonna take Caitlin by decision.
I respect it. Gibby?
Yeah, I'm kind of agreeing with Waz. Caitlyn has that great range management.
His pick.
She has no power. I don't trust. I mean, Macy Barber, she's getting improved after her last fights, but she doesn't take down people. She can't. So
She beat the shit out of Hebas.
but I don't think. I'll just go with Caitlyn by decision.
I'm going to be on the island all by myself, and I'm going to go with the chalky favorite. I'm going to put faith in Macy Barber. She really impressed me in her last outing. But I'm acknowledge if I'm dead wrong. I kind of laid out why it could be. So 50-50, but I'm gonna put in Barber by decision.
There you go.
I was gonna put it by KO, but I was like, nah, don't get too crazy.
I mean, I kind of like Waz's rule where it's like if it's 50-50, then you go with the plus money. So that's what I just.
Oh yeah, no. If we're talking betting wise, Caitlin Chukagian is a very good dog. Honestly, if we're talking game wise, I'm just gonna go with Barber. If we're talking betting wise, I'll probably put a sprinkle on both. Parlay Barber, straight shot Chukagian.
Yep.
All right. Next fight is a fight I actually am very excited for. Curtis Blades versus Jailton Almeida. I'll let Waz go first.
Why?
Because I've been going first for a lot of these, and I have a lot to say about these two.
Yeah, Almeida definitely has some decent power in his hands, but I wouldn't put him in the same category as a guy like, what is it, Blahovic? I want to say his name. Pavlovich, Nagano, and Lewis. I definitely don't think he's one of those guys. And Almeida largely relies on getting his opponent to the mat and smashing them from top position. However, it's clear Blades is a better wrestler, especially with, his training partners and what he's been putting up with. I don't think Blades has a whole lot to worry about in the striking realm here. So much so that I think Blades might be better off looking to use his long-range weapon to keep Almeida at bay, then eventually landing his takedowns to maybe seeing some proper openings if it comes. I think he'll take it. Really expecting to come out on Almeida's side here, but when you take everything into context and you see what's going on, I'd be surprised if Almeida enjoyed any significant top time success against Blades. And I think Blades sitting at, what is it, minus 130, I think. Hoping there's so much love.
Minus 115 now.
Okay, I'm really hoping for a lot of fan favorite love on Almeida that'll give me a better number as the week progresses. So, I wonder how many casual bettors he pissed off because he couldn't finish Lewis over 25 minutes, which is fucking atrocious. Can't finish Lewis in 25 minutes. You should really not be a fighter. Regardless, I'm going to take a shot on Blades, so I'm taking Blades by decision.
So I'm actually not going to shit on for the Lewis fight. Was it exciting? No. But did he lose a round? Did he lose a single round against Derek Lewis? No. And then when they were supposed to first fight, because Derek Lewis was a short nose replacement for Curtis Blades, we had Almeida as a heavy favorite. I don't forget that, and I think the bookies are right with that. Curtis Blades, we talk about his wrestling. Oh, his wrestling is wrestling. When has he used it to defend anything? Who's tried to take Curtis Blades down? You know what Curtis Blades' takedown defense is sitting at?
No.
Like 33%.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nobody tries to take him down. I also would like to mention, who has he beaten that was super good? So, we don't count the Aspinall fight because his leg broke. Before that, he beat one of the Dawkins brothers. Before that, Jairzinho Frozenstrike by decision. Yeah, the guy who fought last weekend. That's a really good win. That's a really good win. And then yeah. And then you mentioned Derek Lewis. If you can't finish Derek Lewis, you should retire. What did Derek Lewis do against Curtis Blades? He knocked him out. He knocked him out so bad he woke up screaming after he was unconscious. I don't forget these things. I've been saying for years, Blades has just been getting by because he would wet blanket fighters with no wrestling, and then he would knock out absolute trash cans to say, oh God, his striking so improved. I think Jailton Almeida has the speed advantage. It worries me a little bit because he is a smaller guy coming usually around 236. But I think he's going to maneuver that. He's going to work around Blades' guard and defense. He's going to put him on his back, which we've not seen Blades on his back in a long time. Put him on his back, put him in uncomfortable positions. I want to take submission, but Blades has actually never lost in decision or submission, but he's been knocked out 4 times, which I find hilarious. So I'm going to go for ground and pound TKO. I really could see it happening, but I could also see a submission. Give me Almeida to finish it round 2 TKO. Give me.
Yeah, I kind of go
We're completely opposite here, me and Waz.
I know. I mean, Blaze's cardio has been an issue for me. I mean, he's been training out of elevation, but
his fight IQ is also fucking atrocious.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go with Almeida by decision.
I respect that.
I don't.
I know you don't. Well, all I know
It's me.
I couldn't think of anything clever to segue. We're going to the main card. Piotr Jan, Song Yadong. Waz, what do you think of this fight?
I love that name.
I love that name
Doesn't
too.
love that long. Yeah, but Peter Yan, Song Yadong, this is a very tough fight to call. Another one of those fights I think could possibly compete for fight of the night. Hence why the line currently sits at a pick'em. I think both guys are really strong. I think the 3-round nature of this fight favors Song. If I had to say, I think Peter Yan is a slow starter. If it were 5 rounds, I'd happily take a shot on Yan here. You know, then comes the question of Jan's mindset. He's really been on the downfall since he's held the belt. Will he come out a little more aggressive than he normally does? I don't know. Or will it be a shot mentally? That we've seen that happen to fighters, and see him lose another fight and kind of fall into that Tony Ferguson life. Regardless,
say that.
I feel this is the spot for Song, and I definitely could see the success in if we see Jans perform how he normally does. Slow starter and willing to give up an output on his opponent. I don't think Jan has been in a 3-round fight in quite some time. He's used to 5 rounds, and I think Song can stay the busier with his kicks from range. I think Peter Jan's a small man, small guy.
O'Malley fight was 3 rounds.
Yeah, I know. I definitely think it favors his opponents though versus fighting. Yeah. So I'm gonna digress and go with Song via decision.
So I picked back in the day, I picked Piotr Jan to lose to O'Malley by decision. And that wasn't just because I like O'Malley. I said it before. In a 3-round fight, Piotr Jan basically has a death sentence because he has a very similar issue to someone else fighting later on the card. He gives up rounds because he has to download data. It doesn't work in these shorter fights, like 3 rounds. You can't give up any rounds unless you know you're going to knock the guy out. Piotr Jan has also been highly inactive. He has had 3 fights? 3 fights since
like
2021. That's horrible. Song Yadong is a surging prospect. He can be very hyper aggressive right out the gate. Sometimes he hangs back a little bit, but Uriah Faber, he's a very intelligent mind, one of his coaches. He should tell him, just go right out the gate against Piotr Jan. Piotr Jan's not going to be sitting there downloading the data when you have a furious power puncher throwing his dong in his face. I'm going to be giving it to Dong, I think. I really think Yadong is going to put it on Piotr Jan, and we're just going to see him regress, kind of like the Togi Ferguson mentality. Gibby?
I'm agreeing with Waz. I don't feel that Peter Jan gives up the first round, so it's gonna be hard for struggle. So you gotta win 2 rounds. You gotta be perfect those 2 rounds. I don't trust Peter Jan to do that. So give me Yadong by decision.
I'm taking Dong by decision as well. We're all in agreement.
Let's go.
All right, next fight. Gilbert Burns versus Jack Della Maddalena. This is a good fight. Burns once again in Miami. Burns really likes these Miami cards. So my thing with Burns is I've rooted for him plenty of times in the past, but he's not taken that Bilal Muhammad loss very well. And Gilbert Burns has a crucial kryptonite that scares me. A southpaw power jab. Why is he so weak to that? I don't know, but he has been dropped by the southpaw power jab in his last losses against Bilal Muhammad, Khamzat Chimaev, and Kamaru Usman. And now he's going up against a guy who's a far better boxer than all 3 of those guys in Jack Della Maddalena. I don't think JDM is a hype job. I know he had questionable decisions against Kevin Holland and Basil Hafiz, but I think he's the real deal. I love his boxing combinations. He's got good power. He's a great switch stance fighter. Burns has the jiu-jitsu advantage, and it'll be scary if it goes to the ground, but JDM stuffed almost 20 takedowns from Basil Hafiz, and the 2 takedowns that were landed on him was because he jumped the ghillie. I don't know why he did that. So, I'm going to be taking JDM by around 2 KO.
I think it's obvious Burns will be looking to drag this to the mat and win this fight because I think he needs to. However, I definitely think we'll see improvement takedown defense awareness from Metadit. I'm just gonna say Jack.
Just say JDM.
then once Jack gets in the zone and finds his striking realm, I feel like he can definitely find a finish over Burns in the deep water. Burns might be able to find some time to rest against the cage as he looks for takedowns, and but I think at the end of the day, Jack will make him pay once they get to the back into the open cage, and I feel there will be more Burns love coming in as the week goes on. So I'm going to sit patient here and wait for Jack's line. I feel like the spot where we can try to nab, maybe like a 2.5 unit bet would be on the money line play on the Australian. So I'm going to take a Madalena via KO in round 3. I think he gets a finish in the end. I can also see it going to a decision, but I definitely think Burns struggles in the bigger cages and he succeeds in the smaller cages. And it favors Jack to be in a big cage, which is about 44% bigger versus the Apex. So
That's a great point. I didn't even notice. His really good win against Magny was because it was in a small cage. Great point.
I think it favors, like, O'Malley loves the big cage because O'Malley would never probably have beat Peter Yan if he was in that smaller cage. And I definitely think he would struggle against like a Cejudo, any kind of wrestler guy. So I think this definitely is also a favorite for O'Malley, who we'll talk about a little later. But yeah, something to consider, I would say. Small details.
Yeah, I didn't see anything on Jack's grappling stats on UFC. It's all 0 if you look over there. So I'm like, dang it, I can't really talk about his submission.
Why the hell is it 0?
Yeah, look at him. He's got the significant significant strikes is 0. Grappling, yeah, there's no data on that, but like they put data in for wins and like match stats.
I got it off ESPN MMA. His takedown, it shows his offensive stats, like his takedown average and takedown accuracy.
Oh, okay, so yeah,
not like defense.
But yeah, I'll just
hot damn, is that accurate? Oh, they don't have any stats for JDM, but I looked at it. His significant strikes landed per minute is 7.2.
Is it? Oh, then yeah.
For example, Burns is 3.36.
Burns is 3. It's on ESPN, or not ESPN, UFC it says 2, but that's a different argument. But yeah,
significant strikes.
Oh, significant strikes. Oh, sorry, that's different. Okay, so yeah, give me Jack. I'll go KO round 2.
Hey, same as me. Okay. I think that is a hot contender for fight tonight, to be honest with you, depending what kind of Burns shows up. But here's another really good fight. Kevin Holland, my dude, is taking on the debuting MVP. MVP is finally in the UFC. That's something I never thought would happen. I am shocked that it finally did. And I think this is going to be a good fight, but I don't think it's going to be Kevin Holland versus Michael Venom Page. I think it's going to be Kevin Holland versus Kevin Holland in there. He sometimes gives up fight IQ. He has really good fight IQ. I've seen it before, but he'll give it up to please the crowd. He wants to please the crowd. He wants to be a showboater. I don't think he cares as much about a title. He wants to have fun fights and be a fan favorite, and he is. But you could also get a lot of fans if you just win some of your fights. He's got really good jiu-jitsu, not great wrestling, but really good jiu-jitsu that he just never utilizes. Like, he utilized it against Michael Chiesa, thank the God. I said if Kevin Holland comes in there, he fights smart, he will dispatch of Michael Chiesa, and I was right there. But then his weird fight against JDM, I don't know what that was. The Wonder Boy fight, as great a fight as it was, he probably could have won that if he decided to submit Wonder Boy, get some ground and pound, man. MVP is a dangerous striker, Taekwondo guy, and his knees are vicious. Cracked the man's skull open with his knees. Poor old Cyborg. I just think he's too old. His level of competition is not the same as Holland's face. It's just that we need smart Holland. Woos.
Yeah, I think you said it. I definitely, I could not think of a better fight to put together for Page's UFC debut. I honestly think Kevin Holland, like you said, is fighting Kevin Holland. So both guys are raggedy strikers that love to fight at distance while putting on a show. Let's be honest. Big cage, 2 big strikers. Again, some folks may lean on BJJ black belt of Holland and pick him to win this fight. I think Holland will struggle to get this fight into the grappling realm. I honestly think so. So where he can utilize that advantage, I don't think it'll come. I think Page will do enough of a job to stop the takedowns and being the more effective striker too, I think.
Do you think Holland's even a shoot for takedowns? I don't know. I don't think he is.
I would hope so. He's got the BJJ belt, but historically, I've definitely been low on both guys. So having a matchup was a bit of a puzzle for me at first, but I feel like Page is the guy to come out on top in this one. I wouldn't even be surprised if it was a KO. So, what do you got, Noah? Did you already give your pick? Or no, sorry, Gibby. Sorry.
Yeah, Gibby.
Go ahead, Gibby.
Yeah, so it's funny how UFC has stats for Page, but not for Jack Della Maddalena.
Yeah, I don't know why that's the thing.
Yeah, but I'm kind of agreeing with you. It's gonna be Holland versus Holland. So, and if it's striker versus striker, I'm going with the better striker. So give me Page. Let's go KO. Round 3. No, 2.
I'm on an island all by myself. I'm gonna be taking Holland. The main reason being is I looked at that Douglas Lima fight where Michael Page got destroyed, and I can never get that out of my brain because anybody could have just done the same exact sequence to him. One leg kick with his goofy ass karate stance. He fell over, one shot, dead. People would edit the skateboard in there. I think Holland will utilize that, give him some leg kicks with that awful stance, and I think he'll take him out with a knockout. Give me a round 3 knockout, much like he got in Miami last year that we saw.
You're going Kevin Holland?
Yes.
Okay.
I think Kevin Holland will beat Kevin Holland and Michael Venom Page. It'll be a double knockout.
Yeah, I think Page knocks him out in round 1.
God damn.
Cool.
No love for Holland. You never pick Holland. Didn't help when you picked Michael Chiesa to beat him. I knew Chiesa would be the one to beat him. But now here's another fight that I'm just terrified of.
You love your boy. Noah's gonna take this whole thing. Me and Gibby are just giving her a pick. Go ahead, Noah.
Dustin the Diamond Poirier versus Benoit Saint Denis.
Yep.
I just have infinite respect for Dustin fighting number 12 when he's number 3. Benoit Saint Denis is a dangerous and violent fighter. I love how Watt's just like, yep, he's gonna beef a bit. A dangerous and violent fighter. Oh, fuck, man. Dustin's older now, coming off the knockout loss to Gaethje. It worries me. And he's talking about last fight, whatever. But I think if Dustin shows up, he has all the tools needed to beat Benoit Saint Denis in a 5-round fight. Benoit Saint Denis is going to come out guns blazing. He's going to come out super strong. As long as Dustin can protect himself and not get on the ground, I don't think he's getting knocked out Benoit Saint Denis. He's no Justin Gaethje. As long as he can survive those early rounds, get him into deep waters, he could beat the piss out of him like he did Dan Hooker. I could see it going very similar to the Dan Hooker fight, where Benoit wins the first 2 rounds. Rounds 3 through 5, it's all Dustin. All Dustin all day. And my only defense of Dustin is he didn't get submitted by Chandler, and he got up from multiple takedowns by Habib. He's not bad on the ground. He's good as a grappler. He's just bad as a wrestler. BJJ is good. Wrestling, not the best, and that's due to his hips. I'm going to be taking Dustin with a late KO. I'm going to go round 4. I cannot get that beatdown that Benoit Saint Denis took from Zaleski dos Santos. Zaleski freaking dos Santos beat Benoit Saint Denis so bad that the ref got removed from the card. I know, debut though.
Gibby, what do you got on this one?
I think Dustin struggles with elite grapplers, and I think Saint Denis is probably one of those elite grapplers. So I'm going Saint Denis submission round 3.
Ooh.
He's
Yeah.
never been submitted by the rear naked choke. I
Is
believe Benoit Saint Denis has not gone a rear naked choke.
Yeah.
I believe.
Nah, I definitely want to install a little bit more confidence in Poirier, because if he can stop the takedown, he is clearly the better striker. But at 35 years old and making it clear that he didn't want this fight in the first place, I feel like he is content with the extra that, the UFC paying him for the fight.
He said he wanted the money. He said he wanted the fight, but he was like, "Yo, you guys didn't fucking sign the contract. That's why."
Yeah, he will
But he
show
also
up.
got
He will do
retirement.
his best to get the knockout. He always does. Otherwise, he will likely get submitted in the first 10 minutes. Let's be honest, is way too aggressive. Denise is way too aggressive and too dominant once he gets his grappling going. again, he doesn't even need the takedown just to clinch to eventually work to the back is all he needs. So give me Saint Denis submission round 2.
Round 2.
I'm on an island all by myself, but I'm putting faith in my boy Dustin. I didn't have much faith in my boy. I was in the same boat with my boy Izzy last Miami, and we saw what happened. Hopefully we could see the same thing, but
We'll see.
I'm not going to count on it. The universe has not been kind to me.
Nope.
Okay. Now we're going to the main event of the evening. A rematch many years in the making. A really good fight. Waz, you have his jersey, so I'm going to let you lead off with this fight.
Yeah. O'Malley should be able to control and, dictate the pace of this fight over 25 minutes. We've seen him do it, as it will be very hard to knock out Chito Vera. In 8 professional losses, Vera has never been knocked out, so I'm not.
He's never been dropped.
Yeah, so in his entire UFC career that has spanned nearly 10 years, no one's even recorded a knockout or knockdown, against him. So don't you fucking cut me off, Noah. Let me get there.
Who's the only other person who shares that stat with as many fights?
Oh, is it Dustin?
No.
No, I know. I was just giving you shit because it's Justin.
It was Max. It's Max Holloway.
Oh, is it?
It also was Izzy until Strickland.
Yeah. No, and I definitely think he's faced some some of the hardest punchers in the lower weight classes have to offer, and none of them have been able to drop him. Can O'Malley sustain his activity for 25 minutes before Vera potentially takes over late? I think Vera's a slow starter again. I think he got lucky the first time. He hit a guy in a nerve that clearly made his fucking leg just go numb. It's a 1 in a billion. I don't think that fight ends the same way, so I don't really, hold that against O'Malley. At the end of the day, 2 minutes that O'Malley had success. I don't think that was much of an ankle with the ankle buckle, like I said. So, keep an eye on the line here. Maybe sprinkle a little Vera late in the week if he likes. I think a lot of people are going to balloon that lineup because O'Malley's such a big character. But if you're going to take something, I'm going O'Malley by decision here. But I'm only about 10% confident in that. I'm staying away from the main event.
I'm going to piggyback off a lot of points you said. I do think the nerve shot was a luckier shot. I'm not saying O'Malley would have won the first fight if that didn't happen, but I don't think that was indicative of either guy. I also want to mention O'Malley gets shat on a lot because he pick and choose a lot of his opponents, and he does. He can fight, but all great boxers do it. Look at Floyd Mayweather's first 10 opponents. Look at Manny Pacquiao's. The thing is, when it came to the elite level opponents, O'Malley showed true warrior's heart. He showed true warrior's determination. The fight against Petr Yan, he clearly won that fight. The fight against Aljamain Sterling, nobody was doing that to Aljamain Sterling. Aljamain Sterling's submitting and beating everyone, yet Sean O'Malley knocked them out. Beautiful ground and pound. And his striking is so good. It's so good. And Marlon Chito Vera has the same Petr Yan problem where he gives up rounds. He just sits there, doesn't know what he's doing, and he's very hittable. Despite never being knocked down, he gets hit in the face so many times. Look at the Rob Font fight.
Yeah.
He just kept eating jabs against an intelligent and powerful striker like Sean O'Malley. I think he can work with that. I definitely think that O'Malley will be taking the first couple rounds, and if he's smart, he could land some serious lasting damage in those. I worry for Chito Vera with his elbows, but I don't think he's going to be doing any grappling. I think it's going to be a striking affair, and if O'Malley's legs are fine, I think he'll piece apart Chito Vera. I can see decision. I think that's the most likely way Sean O'Malley wins this because Chito Vera's never been finished. It's not happening. Well, knocked out. But I'm going to risk it. We saw something amazing. We've been seeing something amazing with some of these fights, and I think O'Malley's going to get the knockout. I'm going to be taking O'Malley by knockout again. I was right when he knocked out Aljo round 2. I had it. I'm going to take it round 4. I'm going to take a round 4 knockout for... No, round 3. I'm going to take round 3 knockout for Sean O'Malley.
Okay.
Update.
Cheeto's getting canned from what Noah's saying. Gibby?
I'm going to believe.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a great fight, but the only problem with me, Chito Vera, he gets stronger or better the deeper the fight goes. So that's probably going to be a problem for me. But he gives up the first round, so that's the thing. So I'm going with O'Malley by decision.
All right. Okay, I think Gibby's gonna go into the game and recap how we did last week.
Yeah, so last week we did decent. Waz, you took your first with 17 points, and me and Noah tied with 15.
Let's go. Finally got some points back. About time.
Yeah, making up some ground for you.
Yep.
So what really hit for you was, let's see, you had Duncan KO round 2, so you got that 100% right, as well as Eric Anders decision and Mohammed decision. Mokayev, yeah. I don't want to butcher his last name, but I think we all took Eric Eckers by decision. That was the only thing I got. Anders, yeah, sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Eric Anders by decision, and that was the only thing I got 100% right. So, and then Noah, you rode with Waz on the Duncan KO round 2. So there you go. I got pretty much all the fights except for one, at least, guessing who's gonna win the fight, and who would have thought that minus 800 David, Javid lost it for me, but oh well.
Yeah, freaking Basra looked awful in that. I should have said that in the podcast. I should have said, hey, Basharat's gonna lose his one day. It just won't be to Zahabi.
That's true. But overall in the game, yep. Noah, you're in the lead by 5. You're 135. Waz 130, and I'm still trailing behind at 114.
At least you're in the hundreds now.
Yeah, but
You're in the hundreds.
but not like 120s. But
I mean, we're not that much further ahead.
yeah, we'll see.
You just need one really good week, and you're against us in a lot of picks. So
Hopefully
this
that's
week
the week. Yeah,
could be your week, Gibby.
Could
It only
be.
takes one. It only takes one. All right, cool.
yeah. We only got 2 locks this week, and yeah, the 3 locks we had last week, we only got 100% right. We took what's that guy?
What is that guy?
I
Steve.
don't know what guy.
Yeah,
Steve
what guy?
Urek.
A lot of guys out there.
Birthday, yeah. We took him. We all 3 of us took him submission round 2, but he got the KO. So
I thought he was gonna grapple. He just wanted to swing and bang with Schnell, and it worked out.
Yeah, it definitely did. All
All right,
right.
boys.
Anything
You
else we
guys-
want to add?
I am hyped. Are you guys gonna be watching the Ngannou versus Anthony Joshua fight?
When is that?
Coincidentally, it's Friday or Saturday. It's competing with this card basically.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because Dana White, he wants to do anything if possible to slight
Slightly
Francis
fuck them.
Ngannou.
It probably would be Saturday, unless it's Sunday because it's in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah,
Is it in
it
Abu
might be
Dhabi?
Sunday.
Check it out. What is it? I don't want to lie to the people.
Dude, I hate how they make it so hard just to figure out when these fights are. It's Friday.
Friday?
Yep.
Made sense. Yeah, I don't think they'd be stupid enough to go up against the UFC on that.
I don't know, dude. It's Dana White. You know how he feels about Francis Ngannou.
No, I don't.
And also we have PFL as well too. Cedric Dumbi's fighting. It's a good week for fighting. Really good week.
Is it?
Yep.
Nice.
All right then.
All right,
Any
guys.
closing words for you boys?
No.
Gibby.
there. See you guys.